What's the name of the book?
Blood of the River.
And who's the author?
Alyssa Carbone.
Right. And what century is it? 17th century. And what hundreds? 1600s. If you'll notice at the very beginning of the book, there's a pretty cool map. And the map does help us with our geography. We can help determine where the Chesapeake Bay is, the Atlantic Ocean is the ocean they cross on their voyage, and all of the rivers, along with the various tribes that this book will encounter. And these are real Native American tribes, and most of the book is factual. It's based on our history. So when you have most of your book based on history, but not all of it, do you know what the genre is? Historical fiction. Okay, because the main character is not real. He's based on some things we know, but this particular boy, this exact situation didn't actually happen. Things could have happened like this, but this part of the story is the only made up part of the story. The rest is based on various diaries, journals that were written, even things that were prophesied by Native American chiefs. And that's how we begin chapter 1. It's a prophecy from this Native American chief. And sometimes prophecies, God bless you, they're like ways that people have a special ability to see things that are going to happen in the future, or their gut feeling tells them something is going to occur. And that's where we're going to start off chapter 1 with. We're looking at page 1. And you'll see that the words, the prophecies that begin each of these chapters, they are written in what kind of writing? What do we call that? Italics. It's when the letters are all leaning. In the time of the first planting of corn, there will be a tribe from the Bay of Chesapeake. This tribe will build their longhouses on the land of the Powhatan. They will hunt and fish and plant on the land of the Powhatan. 3 times the Powhatan will rise up against this tribe. The first battle will end, and the Powhatan will be victorious, but the tribe will grow strong again. The Powhatan will rise up. The second battle will end, and the Powhatan will be victorious, but the tribe will grow strong once more. And the third battle will be long and filled with bloodshed. By the end of the battle, the Powhatan kingdom will be no more. That's the prophecy delivered to Chief Powhatan, ruler of Powhatan Empire, by his trusted priests, sometime before the Christian year 1607. When you guys think of priests, you typically think of it with the Catholic faith, but priests were also the spiritual leaders to Native Americans. They called their priests, or their spiritual leaders, priests as well. Okay. All right, we good? All right. London, England, 1606. And remember, we pulled down the map and we talked about where that was on the other side of the Atlantic. It's part of the continent. Which continent? Europe. Very good. Thank you for knowing your geography. England is part of the continent Europe, across the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, now we start off right away. My feet slap, bare and cold, on the cobblestones. I'm breathing hard from running. I turn the corner. The street is dark, empty. It's my chance. I find the right door under the sign with 3 gold balls. I've carried a rock with me. I slam the rock down hard on the padlock, pounding it until it breaks free. Inside the pawn shop, it is quiet and musty. It smells of old wood and candle wax. There is the locket, displayed on a piece of beaver felt. I close my fingers around the cool, smooth silver. I haven't touched it since the day she died. Mine. It should be mine, because it was hers. I pull, but it is wired down tightly. I hear footsteps outside. I panic, and I yank on the wire. Stay with me. too hard. The wire slices my hand. I see blood drip, but the locket is in my grasp. You, boy! A man lumbers into the shop. It's the shopkeeper, come from his house across the street. He lunges. He grabs me, but I'm too fast. I squirm away and run, escape out into the fog, and I'm lost. Disappeared. I walk along the docks, past the dark hulks of ships bobbling slowly. My heart is still racing. I try to calm myself. I listen to sailors laughing and arguing, their card games stretching into the night. I even venture a whistle. Nothing fancy, just my own tune. The shopkeeper will not find me, I promise myself. And when he sees me in the daylight, he will not know it was I who wrenched out of his grasp in the dark shop. And he certainly would never guess that I have not stolen anything, only taken back what is mine. It should have been given to me when she died, this locket of my mother's. This will bring a pretty penny, they said at the poorhouse. It will pay for some of the extra food you eat. Can I help it if I'm always hungry? Then they expected me to stay on and keep working in the nailery, keep letting them beat me when they felt like it, as if I wanted to live in the poorhouse, as if Mom and I had wanted to be kicked out of our cottage on our farm, as if the blight was our own fault and we wanted the crops to rot in the fields and had planned all along not to pay the rent to the lord of our cottage. But I chose the streets instead. I'd rather dig in the garbage heaps with the rats for my meals. Who knows, maybe my mom would still be alive if she hadn't been a widow and hadn't had to work so hard. For the greasy, fat gentleman who owned our farm and cottage. And then, after we'd been kicked off, making nails for 12 hours a day to pay our way at the poorhouse. Maybe she would still be alive if she had had an easier time of it. Not my father, though. He would have drunk himself to death no matter what. I find my favorite hollow near the London Bridge. Spiked on a pole atop the bridge is a severed head of a traitor, a man who betrayed the crown of England and paid for it with his life. I turn my face away so I don't have to look at those dull, staring eyes. I curl up to go to sleep. For this one night, the locket is around my neck, hidden under my shirt. One night. Try it again, you're on yellow. A sharp kick to the ribs wakes me. This looks like the one who done it. Scraggly hair and scrawny as a broomstick. I'm on my feet in a split second. Grab him! I try to twist free, but hands close on my arms, my neck. It's the shopkeeper and his burly son. I thrash and kick, and they tighten their hold until it hurts. The shopkeeper pulls the locket out from under my shirt. "Oh, we have here," he says. A grin shows teeth, brown as worms. "It's mine!" I cry. "Mine!" They don't listen. They talk between themselves as they tie my arms behind me with ropes. "The magistrate will enjoy this delivery. Another criminal off the streets. The sooner he's hanged the better." I throw my head back hard. It hits the sun square in the chin. "Yo!" he cries. "He made me bite my tongue." He returns my blow. One swipe with his hand to the side of my head, just like my father used to do. And just like in the old days, I see black, feel my knees crumple, and I am out before I hit the ground.